Hey everyone. I figured I would just stop in before I actually got to running and doing my afternoon things after work and stop and just talk about working on empty. Like working what seems like exhaustion. What seems like maybe you haven't had enough rest. I can just speak transparently and say that there's been kind of like a lack of that as far as being comfortable, so it makes it difficult to rest well, and just kind of like working through that. So here's a couple things that I can take away from doing my best, but my best isn't at the top of what I believe it should be. So what does that mean? So like, for example, if I'm giving a lecture, or if I'm answering questions one on one, or if I'm like even just hanging with other coworkers and just kind of collaborating, and then start to feel as though like I'm getting exhausted by talking, right? And so dealing with that sometimes for me, because it is kind of a challenge, because I have on one page where I want to just be full of energy and bouncing around, giving demonstrations and things of that nature, but my body is actually on an all time like, look, no, you're not doing this. I know you feel like you can, but you really cannot. And so what I'm learning is to be okay with that, um, and just kind of do whatever it is that I have the energy to do, and do that at best, and understand that that is enough. That is the best, I believe for me, I can say that I get very hung up lots of times, um, after I've set the bar very high as far as trying to perform a certain thing, whether it is just simple as grading papers, or coming up with a project to give out, or being a mentor, things like that. There are days when I have to realize that the same energy that I may have had at one point might not be there at another point, and to just kind of honor that part of it is totally a part of the process. It's all working together to make a an ultimate fantastic goal, right? And to just kind of again remind myself to be gentle, to kind of like, okay, all right, you understand that everything that you did, every action that you attempted was actually your best. So let that be enough. I think what happens, we get in a little trouble when we try to overdo it. You know, like, okay, yeah, I know that I'm tired, or I know that this, part of my body is aching, or whatnot, but I still want to press through. What I've learned now is that it's just not the most wise thing to do, and I definitely want to act with wisdom. And when I try to overstretch myself or overdo a certain thing, that's when I've found that I've had more of the more intense pain later on, pain or more exhaustion. When if I had have just taken my time and just perform at what was my best in that moment, that could have saved me some of the excuse me, some of the grief that I dealt with. So, just want to stop in and just kind of remind you, and along with myself, remind myself to, be gentle, with who you are. Who you are is enough, you know. And I'm saying that to you as I'm speaking it back to myself and embracing it, that I am enough, that doing my best may not always look the same. And that's okay as well. But just know that there's a light inside of you, just like there's a light inside of me, and it shines. Lots of times it shines more so when you're feeling the lowest. You never know how much something that you've said or done has impacted another human being. So I encourage you to love on yourself a little bit more, especially when you're feeling a little low. I know that's what I'm going to do. So enjoy, 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 enjoy the time that you have. The time that we're given is very important, and shine your life now.